Bunny Guts! What's the word, YouTube? It's your boy, Coach TDOT. They subbed me out. But I'm back in the game, Coach! I'm back with some more heat for y'all boys, man. So check it out, Chad. So look, man, today we're going to be reacting to 1997. Michael Jordan took it personal. Michael's on that? Well, we finna find out today. For all my new viewers, I don't fake none of my reactions. All my reactions are live, and we gonna watch this shit together. You feel me? Man, let's get right into this thing, man. We not playing with y'all. Not just the best in the city, but the best in the world, G! Without further ado, it is Mike.
June 11th, 1997.
Hey, make sure y'all smash that like button. Let's do it.
Delta Center, Salt Lake City. He shouldn't have been out there. He couldn't eat, could barely walk. Trainers told him to stay in bed. His teammates were getting dressed for Game 5. Michael Jordan, he was curled up on the hotel floor, shaking. The Bulls were slipping. They dropped 2 straight games in Utah, and the series was tied 2-2. The Jazz were undefeated at home all playoffs, and the greatest player in the world was at his weakest. But somehow, he showed up, and what followed became legend.
Jordan on the move, baseline left. Oh, no! Jordan, crossover.
This wasn't just a game, it was a war of willpower. And if you've never seen a man drag his soul across the finish line, strap in. Because tonight, the flu wasn't the only thing that didn't stand a chance. So let's rewind and watch a man hunt down respect like it owed him money. Coming off one of the greatest seasons in NBA history, the Chicago Bulls wasted no time proving they were still on top. They opened the year with 12 straight wins and cruised into the All-Star break 42-6. They weren't just good, they were chasing history again. In their final regular season game, they had a chance to become the only back-to-back 70-win team in NBA history. But when Scottie Pippen's game-winning 3 rimmed out against the Knicks in their last regular season game, Chicago settled for a 69-13 record. Still first in the league, but just shy of the historic mark. But Michael Jordan wasn't coasting. He wasn't satisfied. He was still coming for everything. But then something strange happened. After a season like that, Jordan had a strong case to win MVP in 1997. The year before, he had averaged 30.4 points, 6.6 rebounds, and 4.3 assists, while leading the Bulls to an NBA record 72 wins and their 4th championship. He won the MVP nearly unanimously, finishing with 109 votes. The only thing keeping him from a clean sweep were 4 stray votes for Penny Hardaway, Hakeem Olajuwon, and Karl Malone. In '97, the Bulls didn't quite match their record-shattering pace, but 69 wins was still an incredible follow-up.
Yeah.
Jordan's numbers dipped only slightly to 29.6 points, 5.9 rebounds, and 4.3 assists.
Bro.
Considering the target on their backs and the championship hangover felt throughout the organization, it was still an unbelievable season for Mike. Meanwhile, out west,
That's some lame shit.
To the mailman, fake a 3, drive to the alley.
Karl Malone was having the year of his life. After years of falling short, he finally pushed the Jazz to the top of the conference standings with a 64-18 record. And when the MVP votes came in, Malone edged Jordan by just 29 votes, the second closest margin in league history. Jordan had the scoring title, he had the wins, he had the case, but for some people, it wasn't enough. And in Chicago, some people felt like it had less to do with Malone's brilliance and more to do with voters simply being tired of giving the award to Jordan.
Viewer fatigue, but nah, y'all ain't finna play Mike like that, folks. We gotta look up and see what Karl Malone numbers was that year, G. Y'all know me, folks. We ain't gonna let that shit slide. Like, Mike, I got your back, folks. We ain't just letting shit slide over here, bro. Y'all ain't finna just tell us anything and just let it and think it's okay. Like, no, nigga. What year was that? The 96, 97 season? Bro, are y'all serious, G? Like, are y'all serious, fuck? Mike averaged more points than him. Wow. Y'all serious, G? Mike averaged more points and they had more wins, bro. So y'all snubbed my mans for MVP, G. Just because y'all was tired of him winning everything.
The Bulls head coach, Phil Jackson, wasn't afraid to say it out loud. We won 69 games this year, mostly on the energy of Michael and Scottie Pippen, Jackson told the Chicago Tribune. We had mishaps with Dennis Rodman and Luke Longley, so we were not together as a unit the whole year. Carl played with that unit the whole season, and they had no injuries. He did his job, there's no doubt about it. But for the excess weight that was put on our team and still to win 69 games, there's no earthly explanation, except that Michael won it so many times, and this year may be Malone's opportunity.
Hey, y'all know what it was. My bad, Jack. Y'all know what it was, though, for real? If Mike would have won the 97 MVP, he would have tied Larry Bird for the second player in NBA history to get 3 straight MVPs. And I feel like they want that accolade alone to be left to Larry, G. I feel like they want that accolade to just be strictly for Larry and a part of his legend. You feel me? Because Larry was the great white hope of the NBA. You feel me? And back then, the NBA, you know, I ain't saying it was racist, but the NBA was created by white men, G. You feel me? So they want the great white hope to have some legend still that he can uphold and be proud of and that nobody can ever touch. And that's going to be one of those things that nobody ever does again in NBA history, for I promise y'all that. Because LeBron should have did it by now. Motherfucking Steph probably could have did it by now. James Harden probably could have did it by now. Like, Mike definitely should have did it, like, but they didn't want that shit to happen, G. They want that to literally be Larry's greatest accomplishment, folks. And that's only for Larry Bird, nigga. And that's just me keeping it 100, folks. Y'all could believe and say what y'all want to say, but that's why they didn't give it to Mike, G.
Malone himself even seemed to sense the whispers around his MVP. After receiving the award, he couldn't resist poking the bear. I thank Michael for letting me borrow it for 1 year. Oh, he probably shouldn't have said that. Publicly, Jordan played it cool. He congratulated Malone, downplayed the snub, and reminded people that being in the conversation year after year was already an honor. Because of the opinion of others, they choose to give it to a guy that's been in the league as long and consistent as I was, Jordan said at the time. But decades later, Jordan's The Last Dance documentary revealed the truth. That MVP race lit the fire. Malone's trophy became one of MJ's signature, and I took that personally moments.
I'm not saying he wasn't deserving of it. All I'm saying is that fueled the fire in me. Say, okay, you think he's the MVP? Okay, fine, no problem.
Crushing the
Even
East.
this late in his career, even with 4 championships already, Jordan was still hunting for any excuse to sharpen his edge. And when the playoffs tipped off, the Bulls came out blazing. They entered as the heavy favourites to repeat, with Jordan and Pippen at the height of their powers. After sweeping Washington in the first round, they drew the 4-seeded Atlanta Hawks, a team led by Steve Smith, Christian Laettner, Mookie Blaylock, and Dikembe Mutombo. On paper, this was supposed to be a quick series, but Atlanta stole Game 2 at the United Center, 103-95, after a brutal third quarter from Chicago and a 13-point explosion from Steve Smith in the fourth. Jordan was furious. Mike walked into the locker room and he killed every one of those guys, one Bulls player told the Los Angeles Times. Phil and his assistants just leaned up against the wall. He was going up and down the lockers. You guys don't know what it takes to win, and just kill them all. It was the greatest speech you ever heard. And when it was done, Phil just said, that's it. Whatever Jordan said, it worked. In Game 3, Chicago came out with vengeance, holding Atlanta to just 36% shooting in a 100-80 blowout. From there, the Bulls took control and finished the series in 5 games.
Is scoreless here in the fourth quarter. Kerr open for three.
Bang!
Next up, a red-hot Miami Heat team. Fresh off a 7-game war against the Knicks, that 1997 playoff run was the deepest the Heat had gone since joining the league in 1988. It felt like a major breakthrough for Miami, especially with the legendary Pat Riley calling the shots. On paper, the Eastern Conference Finals looked like it could be explosive, but that was only possible if the stars from both sides showed up every single night. For Miami, that didn't happen. Alonzo Mourning and Tim Hardaway were supposed to lead the charge, but the Bulls figured them out almost immediately. Chicago's defense locked in, and before the Heat knew it, they were staring at a 3-0 deficit. Mourning, in particular, looked shaken. In Game 3,
Hey, Alonzo Mourning,
Mourning, in particular,
Hey, yo, line and whoever your barber was, gang. You need to smack all type of teeth out that nigga mouth, G, for having you out here like this, folks. Chat, we all can see it, folks. This nigga lining pushed back so far, folks. His shit like a rainbow, G. You know how your shit, like, look at my shit, chat. Y'all see my lining? My shit goes straight across. Man, they pushed Alonzo shit all the way up here, folks. Nigga got the rainbow ski, folks. And they did this nigga bogus, G, with this haircut, folks. And then his boxes, G. His boxes, folks. They didn't slant it the fuck out of his shit, man. Look at this. Hey, Zo, G. Whoever your barber was for this game, folks. You gotta go smack all type of dog teeth out their mouth, G. You gotta just do it, folks. Cause this shit bogus, gang.
particular looked shaken.
Damn.
In Game 3, he finished with just 12 points and 9 rebounds. And even worse, he turned the ball over 9
terrible.
times. That opened the door for Hardaway to step up. But instead, he got swallowed up by Chicago's defense. The 6-foot guard ended up with only 6 points, 4 rebounds, and 5 turnovers of his own. Michael Jordan summed it up best. We've made a concentrated effort not to let him get in rhythm like he did against New York. Ron Harper's doing a great job, physically just banging him. We've closed the lanes and made sure he didn't have any outlets to throw to. There was never any doubt about Mourning's physical gifts, but against Chicago, the real issue wasn't his body, it was his mind. Without mental toughness, pure strength and athleticism only carried him so far. And that's where Dennis Rodman came in. Rodman was shorter than Mourning by 2 or 3 inches, but the Worm was a master at psychological warfare. He loved nothing more than crawling into an opponent's head and breaking them down from the inside.
Yeah,
Even Jordan
Dennis.
called Mourning out for losing his composure, pointing to how Rodman's relentless antics threw Zoe completely off his game. The Heat managed to salvage one win in Game 4. Mourning posted 18 points and 14 rebounds, while Hardaway led the way with 25. But asking Miami to win 4 straight games against a locked-in Bulls team was impossible. Sure enough, Chicago closed it out in Game 5 and punched their ticket to a second straight NBA Finals. That wasn't a playoff run, it was a slow execution. Jordan carved through the East with surgical precision, but the real war was waiting in the West.
Shit. The finals, the MVP awaits.
The Utah Jazz, the mailman, Karl Malone was the single biggest source of Jordan's motivation for the postseason. Malone wasn't some pushover. He finished second in scoring behind MJ at 27.4 points per game, ranked 10th in rebounds with 9.9 and 27.
Yeah, average 23. Y'all can't average 23. Niggas wasn't really putting up numbers like that back then, folks. This drop off is crazy. Like, these the top 4 scorers. Like, you mean to tell me Shaq at age 24 was damn near the 4th best scorer in the league? Allen Iverson at 21, 6th best scorer in the league, bro? Come on, man. All of these old ass niggas leading the league.
7.4 points per game, ranked 10th in rebounds with 9.9 a night, and shot an incredible 55% from the field. And with John Stockton running the point, Utah was dangerous. They had split the regular season series with the Bulls, tied them for the league's best offense at 103.1 points per game, and even edged Chicago in field goal percentage. But the finals didn't start in Utah, they started in Chicago, and the Bulls immediately set the tone. Game 1 was a classic nail-biter. With 35.8 seconds left, Jordan tied the game at 82 by hitting one of 2 free throws. Then came the famous moment. With 9.2 seconds left, Rodman fouled Malone and sent him to the line.
9 and 2/10 seconds to go. Scores tied. 9 seconds left.
Wow. Smoke dog.
That's
Choke
when
City.
Scottie Pippen walked over and delivered one of the coldest lines in finals history. Remember, Carl, the mailman don't deliver on Sundays. Malone bricked both shots.
Dang,
Jordan snagged
that
the
was
rebound,
cold-blooded.
called a timeout, and
That
then,
was cold-blooded.
because of course, hit a 20-footer at the buzzer.
Force the fadeaway jumper. Don't foul.
Oh, this was Mike from the game.
Jazz
Yeah.
over the foul.
Oh, yeah. Come on, Mike.
Down 5.
Come on, Mike.
Putting moves
Mike.
on Russell.
Come on, Mike.
Down to 2.
Come on, Mike. Rise.
Here's Jordan.
Ha
Bulls
Get in their ass.
1-0.
Gee.
Or as Mark Heisler
Let's
of
see it again, bro. Let's see it again, Chad.
Jazz
Y'all know I
over
gotta
the
reenact
foul.
this shit.
We're down to 5.
I gotta reenact it.
On Russell. We're down to 2.
Nobody.
Here's Jordan.
Hey!
Bulls up 1-0.
Oh,
Or as
gee.
Mark Heisler of the LA Times put it,
Hey,
MVP
they stupid
voters
ass.
proposeth, but Michael Jordan disposeth. Chicago kept rolling in Game 2 with a 97-85 win. Stockton struggled under Ron Harper's defense, and Malone followed up his rough opener by going just 6 for 20 from the field. To
Dang.
make matters worse, he re-aggravated a hand injury he had picked up during the Western Conference Finals. When the series shifted to Salt Lake City though, the Jazz finally punched back. Malone dropped 37 points in Game 3, with Stockton adding 17 points and 12 assists. Game 4 belonged to Stockton. Clutch buckets, huge defensive plays, and a brilliant pass late to tie the series at 2 apiece.
Game 4 of the NBA Finals with the Bulls up 2 games to 1. And Jordan comes up court.
Y'all lucky you
Stockton
missed.
fires down to Malone.
Mike, you could have stole that, man.
Stockton
Mike, you should have stole that, man. Come on, G.
The Bulls, surprisingly, melted down in crunch time. But maybe it wasn't just Utah's execution, maybe it was Chicago's own trainer. After the fact, it came out that an assistant accidentally swapped out the team's Gatorade for Gator Load, a carb-loading drink meant for endurance athletes, not for an in-game refreshment during a taxing basketball match.
What?
Trainer Chip Schaefer later explained, it was like eating baked potatoes. The result? Several Bulls, including Jordan, suffered stomach cramps. MJ
What?
even asked to sit out briefly.
Hold on, man. I hope y'all find this nigga, right? Gee, don't tell me y'all let this nigga sabotage us and this nigga kept his job? Bulls, fuck. Bulls. Man, y'all better not let me find out that this nigga kept his job after he sabotaged our wins, fuck. Nigga talking about he flipped out the Gatorade with the Gator Flame. What? What'd he do? Hold on, folks. We gotta hear what he did again, man. This nigga did
Maybe
some
it was
bozo the clown shit, man.
Chicago's own trainer. After the fact, it came out that an assistant accidentally swapped out the team's Gatorade for Gator Load, a carb-loading drink meant for endurance athletes.
Gator Load? What the fuck? Man, what is Gator Load, fuck? Hold on, G. Gator Load. Gator Load was a discounted high-energy carbo drink mixed from Gatorade. What? They definitely stopped selling this shit, folks. Look, they even got it was accidentally mixed up with the regular Gatorade during Game 5 of the 96. Yeah, G. If they putting this shit in the first, this the first thing they talking about when I look up Gator Load, folks. This nigga better have lost his job, G. There's no way.
Not for an in-game refreshment.
There's no way
during
he
a
kept his
taxing
job,
basketball
folks.
match. Trainer Chip Schaefer later explained, It was like eating baked potatoes. The result? Several Bulls, including Jordan, suffered stomach cramps. MJ even asked to sit out briefly, something he almost never did in a big moment. Another reason the Bulls slowed down might have been a noted defensive adjustment Jazz coach Jerry Sloan made after the finals move to Salt Lake City. He assigned the relatively unknown specialist, Brian Russell, to guard Jordan. Jordan's efficiency dropped in Utah, shooting just 41% from the field, and with fewer trips to the free throw line, he scored 31 and 38 points in Game 1 and 2. He managed only 26 and 22 in Games 3 and 4.
That nigga
But
didn't
if
do
Russell
nothing.
thought he'd found the formula to stop MJ,
No.
he should have kept it quiet.
Hell
Instead, Jordan mocked the idea that Russell had the answer. His
didn't.
defense is active, but I don't see how it's stopping me from doing what I want. Is it Brian or Byron?
On cheese.
Russell fired back. I can get him back. Is it Michael or Michelle? Ouch. Talk about
Oh, you done fucked up, G. He done fucked up, fuck. Did you just disrespect Michael Jordan like that, fuck? No wonder he dropped your ass off like that in the 98 finals, fuck, for the last shot. It's no wonder. Mike had all type of vendettas against your ass, G. You don't even know, fuck. Now I see why he came out with vengeance like that, fuck. Straight up. Dropped your ass off for the game point, G. Of the finals. Cause your ass wanna say some stupid shit like that, folks. Talking about Michelle. Is you cool, G? Do you not know who are you talking to, folks? Nigga, it's Mike. Yeah, G. Niggas was off that yak, bro.
And if there's
He was
one
off that
thing
yak and that
everyone
book of
knew,
sugar.
Jordan could take even the smallest slight and turn it into a bonfire. Good thing too, because the finals tied, the Jazz surging, and Jordan running out of help, the Bulls needed every ounce of fuel he could find. And then came the night MJ should never have played.
The flu game.
There are countless theories about what really happened the night before Game 5. Some say it was altitude sickness. That's the version Steve Kerr has mentioned. Jalen Rose has claimed Jordan may have had a little too much to drink. But the most popular story? Food poisoning. The Bulls were staying in Park City, Utah, and the resort had no room service. Late at night, Jordan asked his trainer, Tim Grover, to grab him something to eat. The only option? A local pizza place.
No room service. Michael gets hungry. So, all right, so we're calling all these different places. George and I are looking around. We find one pizza place open. One.
So we ordered a pizza. And when the pizza came, there was 4 or 5 guys outside the door.
5 guys delivering one pizza.
Grover has always said he thought the delivery guys knew exactly who the pizza was for.
And they're all trying to look in, and, you know, everybody knew it was my... So I take the pizza, I pay them, and I put this pizza down, and I said, I got a bad feeling about this.
Around 3 a.m., Grover got a call back to Jordan's room. Mike was doubled over sick.
I wake up about 2:30, throwing up left and right.
3 o'clock in the morning, I get a call. My room, hey man, come to the room right now. All right, I get into him. He's literally curled up in a ball.
Wow.
Shaking. He goes, man, find a team doc, now.
Grover and the team doctor went into treatment mode, and for a while, there was real doubt he'd even suit up. But Jordan was clear. Just get me standing, I'll do the rest. With Jordan far from 100%, the Bulls leaned more on Scottie Pippen. The idea was simple. Run the triangle through Pippen in the post, force Utah to send help, and then swing it back to Jordan or kick it to cutters and shooters. Problem was, the Jazz were ready. They contested every post entry, smothering Pippen, and forced Jordan to create more than he wanted.
Damn.
By the end of the first quarter, Chicago trailed 29-16. Jordan had just 4 points and looked absolutely drained. His teammates weren't helping. They botched easy passes, gave Stockton free lanes to the rim, and even surrendered offensive rebounds off missed free throws. The Bulls finally woke up in the second. Jordan clawed his way back into the fight, dropping 17 points and drawing 5 shooting fouls. Suddenly, Utah was reminded who they were up against. Harper, Kukoc, Pippen, and Longley chipped in with big plays, while Dennis Rodman forced Malone to pick up his third foul, forcing the mailman to sit for the last 5 minutes of the half. Chicago cut the deficit to just 4 at the break. The third quarter was rough for Jordan again, but this time, his teammates carried the load. The Bulls' defense slowed Utah's high-power offense, controlling the pace and buying Jordan the energy he needed for the final frame. Utah led 72-67 heading into the fourth quarter. But if you knew anything about Jordan, you knew what was coming. Right on cue, he opened the fourth with 7 points in 2 minutes and assisted Kukoc on a transition 3. But every burst of brilliance seemed to drain him completely. At one point, cameras caught him slumped on the bench with an ice pack on his neck, too exhausted to even high-five or stand up. Then, seconds later, he was sprinting back onto the court, pulling up over Russell for another jumper. The game slowed into a grind. Chicago's defense squeezed Utah.
Hey, G, we gotta commend Mike on this, bro. We gotta really commend him. This is what you call willpower, bro. Mind over matter. Like, he did not care about his health in this moment. Like, he just cared about winning the game, G. That's what you call mind over matter. Like, bro, the nigga was dog shit sick. Like, throwing up, puking. Got ice packs on his neck. Like, you know you got ice packs on your neck. You know you really just, like, you out of it, bro. Like, your head hurting so much, you got to put ice on the back of your neck. Like, you just that hot. Like, bro, the man literally willed himself through all of that pain and agony to get the win, G. I ain't never met nobody ever like that for my life that can get through some being sick. Most motherfuckers I know that sick, when they sick, nigga, they not even showing up for the game, fuck. They just not, bro. I don't think y'all ever tried to play basketball sick, but it's the worst thing ever, fuck. Especially if you got a stomach ache, bro.
While Malone unraveled, missing free throws, settling for jumpers, and picking up fouls, Stockton nailed a deep 3 to break even at 82 apiece with 3 minutes left, but Jordan immediately answered. This wasn't basketball anymore, it was survival. Even when his body failed, Jordan still found ways to win. With under a minute left, he missed a free throw but scrambled for the rebound himself, keeping Chicago alive in a tie game. Then came the moment. Jordan dumped the ball into Pippen, guarded by the smaller Jeff Hornacek. Russell came off MJ to double, leaving Jordan alone. Pippen kicked it back out, and Jordan drilled the 3 over Stockton's late contest.
Why would you leave Michael Jordan? That's just idiotic.
Stockton's
Why would you go
Jordan
double
alone.
him? Like,
Pippen
let
kicked
the
it back
backside
out,
help. What is
and
Scotty
Jordan
gonna do
drilled
right
the
here?
3 over Stockton's late contest.
Y'all are some idiots, bro. Left Mike wide open. What did y'all think? Like, what did y'all think
Malone
he was gonna
could
do?
only stand under the rim and watch as the ball went through the net. The mailman was rattled. On the Jazz' next defensive stand, with Utah down 1 and just 14 seconds left, he either forgot to foul or froze, and the Jazz lost their chance to stay in the game.
Wow.
Even Bill Walton, calling the game, couldn't believe it. Jordan could barely stand, but he stood taller than anyone else. The reigning MVP, watching. The world, stunned. Jordan had just given them another reason to never doubt him again. He finished with 38 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 steals, and a block. One of the most legendary finals, 5 assists, 3
How? How is this possible? With the flu though, bro. Bro. Mike definitely, Mike on, bro. Come on, man. How do you get these numbers and you dead ass sick? I could see if he had like 24 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal. This nigga had 38, 7, 5, and 3. That's regular Mike type numbers, G. Nigga, wake up out of bed and get them numbers. But he did it with the flu, bro. That's just absolutely
and a block.
Amazing.
One
bro.
of the most legendary finals performances ever. People compare it to Magic's rookie masterpiece in 1980 or LeBron's Game 6 in 2016. The difference? Jordan did it in 44 minutes of grueling game action while barely able to walk. Scottie Pippen summed it up best after the game. The effort that he gave us today was unbelievable. We really appreciate the way he stepped up and showed his leadership for our ball club.
The dagger ski.
The Bulls had just one day off before Game 6, but by then, Jordan had somewhat shaken off the food poisoning. He scored big again, but this time, someone else stole the spotlight late. With the game tied at 86 and 28 seconds left, Phil Jackson drew up a play for Mike. In the huddle, he addressed Steve Kerr and told him to be ready. Sure enough, Stockton doubled off Kerr, Jordan dished, and Kerr buried the jumper with 5 seconds left.
Bang!
On the final play, Pippen stole the inbound pass from Russell and found Kukoc for a dunk at the buzzer. The Bulls clinched their 5th title, and Jordan walked away with his 5th Finals MVP, averaging 32.3 points, 7 boards, 6 assists, and a couple of stocks a night over the series.
Crazy.
Utah's Stockton-Malone era produced 18 straight playoff runs, 12 50-win seasons, and even 3 years with 60-plus wins. But against Jordan, they met the same fate as Patrick Ewing, Clyde Drexler, Charles Barkley, and so many others. That guy was just better. And when Jordan had something extra driving him, game over. The regular season MVP, Malone could keep it. Jordan was after the only trophy that mattered. In the end, Karl Malone's MVP trophy became nothing more than a footnote in Jordan's story. The mailman had the hardware, but Jordan had something more dangerous, a grudge. That 1997 finals wasn't just about winning another championship. It was Jordan reminding everyone who really ran this league. The flu game became instant mythology, but the real story was simpler. You could beat Jordan in a vote, but you couldn't beat him when it mattered. Malone would get one more shot at Jordan in '98, one more chance to prove those MVP voters right. Spoiler alert, it wouldn't go any better, because Michael Jordan didn't just collect championships.
Fuck you talking about 98 for, man. This is about 97, bro. Alright, that's the end of the video, chat. We ain't gonna even keep watching it, bro, because niggas be just overly trying to drown out videos and shit. Alright, man, that's the end for... Bro. Don't start tweaking, camera. Bro, Mike really just went through a thing with the flu-ski, fuck. Like, chat, like I said, bro, it's hard enough to play, like, through an injury and stuff like that, but to play sick, like, with a stomach virus, like, bro, throwing up and temperatures through the roof, like, hey, I hope y'all enjoyed that video, man. 97 Mike was on a mission. They snubbed him out of the MVP, but he won an award, G. He may not have won the battle, but he won the award, folks. That's all that matters, folks. You know, came out with a victory at the end. Good Finals MVP trophy. Good Finals championship. That's how we do. Alright, but like I said, man, if y'all enjoyed the video, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe if you're new. It's your boy, Coach TDOT. I'm up out of here. I love y'all.